My name's Tristan and I've been riding for about 8 years. My dad's always ridden motorcycles and always said, don't ride a motorcycle. But it wasn't until I got a job where I was going to have to commute to Gordon and was thinking, I don't want to drive a car to Gordon, you can't catch public transport there, it's really hard. And so I was looking at options and I bought a scooter, Piaggio MP3, 2 wheels, because it was like the safest thing, because Dad's voice in my ear, don't ride a motorbike, it's dangerous. And I only was at that job 3 months and then quit, but kept the scooter because it was convenient. But then I wasn't riding it, it was only like a sort of to and fro, so I decided it was time to get a motorbike. I probably looked, just because I had the Piaggio with the 2 front wheels, I was like looking at the Nikon, I was like, yeah, no. But there was sort of quite a bit of press coming in about the Royal Enfields, the new Royal Enfields, and I knew the brand. My dad sort of used to talk about old English sort of motorcycle brands, and reading the reviews, a lot of them were very positive. It was okay, yep, that's what I want. I like the colour of the Orange Crush Interceptor, but also the fuel tank is just that little bit bigger on the Interceptor for that little bit of extra range in touring in Australia. A bit more comfortable riding position on the Interceptor, but yeah, it's probably mostly the tank and the colour. When I was looking for the Interceptor, I walked into one motorbike shop and was sort of pretty much ignored. So okay, I walked out and just then basically bought it via email, by communications with Santino at Reverie Cycles. And so I didn't test ride it, nothing, just asked for pricing, and like the email communication was so good, it's like, yep, okay, bang, just bought it. A couple of months after I bought it, they did a YouTube video saying that they wanted to try and get people into drag racing, and were doing drag racing classes. You go along to the drag racing class, then you turn up to the championship, the drag racing championship the next year, and you compete, and they'll select like a winner to sort of sponsor the following year. There was another guy who I also got to thank in the program, Aaron Butterworth from the UK, and him and I would go like every Wednesday night to Sydney Dragway to do the race for real. It's on every night. And I guess it was just that sort of the friendly competition as well, and trying to better yourself, but having, like he had an Orange Crush Interceptor as well. So it was that sort of, competitive edge of racing against each other and the company, and something interesting, exciting to do during a pretty uninteresting and unexciting time. Can be very frustrating sport at times. You have to be sort of very lucky, but also it's like improving yourself and your machine incrementally over time, and it's definitely going fast is always good, always fun. It's an opportunity to get out on a track and go fast. I've probably always been interested in motorsports, but never had the opportunity, so it was just like given that opportunity to get out and try and go better and faster than you did last time, and that's just the challenge. And the addiction is just to go that little bit faster than last time. I did, and that's why I said there is a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck involved, but like, I obviously did okay. I was consistent enough, but yeah, you'd always like a bit more consistency. And I did win the championship, but I did not win a round. So it's just, came runner-up enough. I've got lots of runner-up trophies, and that is, yes, there was definitely consistency there. If I wanted to win, I'd probably just pull up like I'm at a set of traffic lights, slowly sort of take off and slowly proceed down the track the same. But where's the fun in that? So just go as fast as you can. If you're thinking of getting into motorcycles, yep, great, do it. Unless you're a bit uncoordinated or something, or if you're really like, I was worried about it, but I wasn't scared. But there's definitely, that sort of oh, riding on Sydney roads is going to be scary, but it's really not that bad. And you just have to learn to ride within your limits and ride how you feel comfortable and not ride or worry about the other people around you. And I think starting riding as an older rider was probably better for me. I probably wouldn't have been a good young rider. It probably would have been a mistake for me. It probably, I had sort of a couple of stupid incidents in cars, nothing major, but if you're on a bike, those little stupid things are a bigger concern. So I think I'm a very sort of aware driver. Like if you've been driving for many years, it gets a bit more awareness of what's around you, and I think that translated well into riding. If you're thinking of getting into drag racing, then yeah, like come down to the track any Wednesday night of the year pretty much, unless it's raining. They have Race for Real at Sydney Dragway. It's really approachable, and it's probably the easiest, simplest, cheapest motor racing to get into. I won it on like the smallest bike in the field. My bike was definitely the smallest, definitely the slowest, but that doesn't stop you. You definitely don't need a big, fast, high-powered machine. It's not about that. As I said, it's not about who gets to the end of the track fastest in our categories. It's you going as fast as you can to get to the end of the track, and that's sort of the excitement. It's the competing against yourself. You are competing against someone else, but they're on a completely different machine to you, and so it's just you and your machine to the end of the track as fast as you can. Yeah, I've made a few. Nothing, I say nothing significant, but yeah, suspension. I've done lots of little bits and pieces, like indicators, lighting. Specific to drag racing, I guess I've changed the front sprocket to a smaller front sprocket, so from the 15 tooth to a 14 tooth, just to get that little bit quicker acceleration. And it's got an SNS cam and a Powertronics ECU and a quick shifter. That was another sort of, I guess, drag specific mod. And I've got an orange clutch and throttle cable, which definitely makes it go faster, and go fast stripes on the tank. So another drag specific mod. I'm a terrible mechanic, but I am able to get by. And that was, I guess, definitely part of the attraction of the Interceptor, was reading that, like, it's very open and easy to work on. I've done most of the mods myself. Haven't always been trouble or swear free, but like all the suspension, the exhaust, I've done all that. I do my own servicing, so checking the valve clearances, which I'd never done before, but done that a couple of times and sheared off my rocker cover bolts doing it on one occasion. It was less than the torque settings. So luckily Will and Santana at Rebel Recycles are able to help me out when I go wrong. But yeah, the only mods I haven't done were the cam and then the ECU. I got them done at the same time. Big thing about motorcycling, I think, is, people say freedom, but I think it's more like it's a mindfulness exercise. Like you are in the moment. Like when you're on the bike, you're not thinking about other stuff. You're just focusing on the road and the bike, and you're exposed to the elements. It's all that sort of visceral sort of sensation of noise and wind and turbulence. So yeah, that's definitely a part of it. I guess it's just a big boy's toy, maintaining your machine and then getting out and riding it. So yeah, it's definitely the elements and the excitement that brings.
I joined Tristan out at the Dragway for a blast, and it was a heap of fun. Well worth getting a group of mates together for a great night out. Check out this video over here that features Santina and her heavily modified drag bike.